Hello, my name is Kendall Boyd. For my topic, it's going to be Taylor Swift and her re-recorded albums. Many know about a lot of her albums, but few know about that re-recording, you know. And many people don't even know why she did the re-recording. So, in here we're going to explain it, go through it, and just talk about it. We're going to go through ownership, masters. We're going to go through events leading up to what happened and the impact she made by re-recording in the first place. First, we need to understand the subject of just music ownership in general. So, masters recording, that's pretty much just going to be like everything you own. That is what you did. That is your creative work. The masters can either be owned by you or it can be owned by another company or something like that, maybe a record label you sign. Okay? So we have contracts. Contracts are usually going to be what you sign and they give you in advance, they give you the money, they're like, man, we're going to give you 50,000, 200,000, 500,000, something like that. So that would be a contract. And usually when you are signing a contract, they might have a partial ownership of your masters or anything of that nature, just to do with ownership. And that leads us to ownership. Ownership is pretty much going to be who owns what, what's distributed, 50-50, 60-70, 89, you know what I'm saying, just anything of that nature. And according to Rolling Stone, ownership affects artists. Now let's look into what happened in the first place. So basically what happened with Taylor Swift, it was a whole thing. Her ownership changed. People start talking about this. People start bringing up the subject on news channels and stuff like that. They're just talking and discussing everything. And it was just a whole situation. So people were trying to find solutions for this woman in her time of need, because with her ownership changing, she just didn't own anything. And that was the whole thing. It was just horrible for her. Now, the public started discussing re-recording. And it was possible. If she did it properly, she could re-record all the music that she made in the past, having ownership of it, and also creating a change in how everything goes on for music in the first place. Okay? And that was just, it was just a lot at the time because she was the one paving the way for it. So this is what ends up happening. She ends up creating a new masters. She ends up creating a whole new masters. You like, man, everybody just surprised on, man, what's she gonna do with that masters? And according to Time, Taylor Swift discussed ownership concerns, and they just looked past her. According to Time, she discussed ownership, they looked straight past her. So the fans start supporting her new project and everything like that. And they're all just happy about it. They're like, man, this is beautiful, and they just really loved it because it created a difference within music. It created a difference within everybody's life. It kind of was a way to stand up to the record labels, because in reality, the record labels are screwing people over anyway. You know, so it's just the whole thing. So she starts seeing commercial success with everything like that. And that's when it just starts popping for Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is real happy, her friends are real happy, and they get to explore a lot of new music from her. And not only did they get to explore a lot of music from her, they also explored unreleased versions on that new album, which surprised everybody. They're like, dang, you put it out. Yeah, so everybody loved it. And now, what that did, well, not now, but back then, it created discussions about ownership of music for artists in the first place. you know, and that was a whole thing. And this was all according to Vox. So it was crazy. It was crazy for everybody. And just that whole thing created a lot of controversy, but it created and paved the way for a lot of new things. It paved the way for a lot of new artists. Nipsey Hussle, Russ, and a lot of more others, just to pave the way of having their own ownership within something that they created. Because a lot of times, you know, they're in a situation where they need money from these record labels. The record labels can mess around and just offer them about $30,000, and they'll just take it because they don't have any money. So it's a real crazy system that they have going on, to where they take advantage of people. And for her to step up and really pave the way, all of that pressure on her at the time, because again, she's the first person doing this type of stuff, re-recording albums and everything like that. That's just never, you know. So she really did pave the way with a lot of pressure, and it was probably situations where she felt like people were against her, whatever the case may be. Man, just suck it up. She still paved the way for everything. We have to appreciate that. We went over ownership, we went over events, and we went over impact. Now these re-recordings that Taylor Swift made changed discussions of ownership and control for artists in general. It paved a lot of different things, and it was just an insane thing for everybody to see. She changed the game with it. In conclusion, Taylor Swift changed the game, and she is well appreciated. That is my speech. My name is Kendall Boyd.